Hey, how's it going? This is another 6 minute video. This is where I talk about a random topic for 6 minutes in front of a camera and microphone, completely unscripted. Now, the point of these videos is not for likes, views, subscribers, but if you would subscribe, I would not mind. But I'm not trying to get famous or anything. The main point of these videos is just for me to become an efficient speaker. I would like to become a very convincing, compelling speaker in front of a public crowd. Public speaking, it sucks. But one of the best ways, in my opinion, is to practice that without somebody else in the conversation, right? You are the only person coming up with these words to say, and it really puts your mind in a different type of, like, I don't know, mindset where you have to drive the conversation. Because I'm having a conversation, it's a one-sided conversation, and I have to keep it going. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about today's topic, this 6 minute topic. I want to talk about GPUs and the market. If you've ever tried to build a PC or you've ever tried to do anything buying computer wise, you know how abysmal that is. It is terrible. And I'd like to cover just the most recent GPUs right now. We have the 50 series, and very, very soon we're going to have the 60 series coming out. But the prices on the 50 series and the 60 series, well, the 50 series were not great. I mean, they're okay, but let's be honest, nobody got them at MSRP, and scalpers ruined the whole thing. And the 60 series, it's going to be the absolute same thing. And I think since everything AI and data centers are going down, we're going to be seeing huge increases in price, like price hikes out the wazoo. The 6090 is going to be like 4 grand. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but it could probably be. I could be buying my next car. Actually, funny thing, I could buy a new 2010 Kia Forte for about 4 grand, and that's just insane. That it's a single computer part that only computes graphics, right? Yes, it's really good with AI and whatever, right? You know, they run on those kind of things. Yes, but I bought a 5070 because that was my introduction into the PC world, right? I wanted something good, but not too good that I'm, cashing out a whole bunch of money, right? And it was a good purchase in my opinion. Like, it was very expensive for me. A whole PC should cost maybe $1,000, and this thing was half that. Three triple quarters that. It was insane. A very expensive part for not a whole lot of gain, except for the one thing I was interested in: video games. Right? I love video games. I like playing them at high frame rates, and I am obsessed with good graphics. And it ran a lot of good games. It ran a lot of good games pretty well. I was consistently getting my monitor's frame rates, which is 165 hertz, and it had a couple issues, but other than that, it was really good. And I feel like a lot of people have a lot of problems and issues plugging in new GPUs. I had zero issues with this one, except for it is maxing out the power on my PC a little bit too much, but more specifics on that later. Anyway, the point of the video is I don't think you need a 5090, a 5080, or even a 5070 to game like consistently in 2026. I don't think that you need one of those crazy GPUs, and I think people blow way too much money on those things because they're just, they're trying to get the best graphics. Fine, if you're trying to get the best graphics, yeah, you're going to have to dish out a ton of money for that right now, or wait for the market to go down, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. But most of these games that I'm playing, right? I mean, I'm not playing absolute spectacular masterpieces, like Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5. I mean, those aren't graphically intense, but they do have a lot of things going with them with their open world kind of aspect. I'm not running Cyberpunk, right? That Cyberpunk would totally knock out my computer. I've noticed that since my GPU is maxing out the wattage on my PC, if I spin really fast, it blacks out my entire PC. Like, it just, like, the GPU shuts itself down to protect itself. That's one of the main issues that I have with it right now. But I was saying, when I'm playing most of these games, and most of them are like friend slot games with other people, I don't need a 5070 to be running these games. They're already bad graphics enough, right? They're from single developers or very, very small teams. And the main point is not the graphics, it's the mission objective completed with your friends with voice chat, or, proximity voice chat enabled. And it's just like, I don't need that. I don't need a crazy GPU to be running these, not very great graphical games. And I'm just saying, like, one of these 4060s that I just acquired, this can run some crazy stuff. My brother's been playing it with Forza Horizon 6, and he's consistently getting 120 frames, and the game looks incredible. I don't know how that works, or there's some kind of, what do you call it, optimization in place that Microsoft did to get the Forza Horizon 6 amazing like that. But it's just incredible to see what you can do with just a 4060. So I I think that people, like, worry too much about the prices of GPUs, but I think that GPU prices, on the high end, are being inflated a lot, but I don't see a lot of it inflated on the bottom end. Sure, my 5070 is worth more than what I paid for it then, but the 4060s lineup, I'm sure, are still a reasonable price. I think they're around 250, $200. That's decent for a card. Yes, it's 1 generation old, and it's about to be 2 generations old, but I think the card itself holds its own, because at the time when NVIDIA released it, it was a big step up from the 30 series, and the 50 series weren't that great of a step up from the 40s even. I mean, it was a minor upgrade. I think a 10% upgrade across the board. 5090s got even better, like a 30%, but they mainly focused on the AI. So without that major increase of power, computing power, with these new GPUs, the 40 lineup remains a very solid, card, right? The 40 series remains a very good lineup of cards. That's a better way of saying it. But I'm just saying, don't don't fret about the GPU prices, right? You can get something perfectly fine for, your friend slot games like everyone's playing right now. You know, if you're one of those people that loves those graphics, right? You have a tax on you right now. But for the majority of people who like those games that the graphics aren't really the point of it, man, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. But this 6-minute video is almost 8 minutes now, but thank you for watching. See ya.